Hey there, I'm Luisa, and I just finished my third year as a PhD student at the CCAT Research Center in Cologne. And as you can see here on the map of Cologne, there's this very big park where a lot of people are going for a run. To be honest, if I'm running, I don't look like this. I look more like this, so pretty exhausted. And that is also the time where the most injuries are happening because your muscles are also getting tired. Those injuries, especially down there in the hamstring, are quite severe and have a very long healing process. The most of the time you need even surgery, but still with that, you will probably never be back to 100%. That is already pointing to a very complex structure of the muscle, and that's why I wanted to have a closer look at it. Muscle is more than just muscle. We have this central area that is producing all the force, and this force has to also be transferred to the bone that we can move around in the end. And that is done via the myotendinous junction. The myotendinous junction, you can imagine, are like fingers or hands holding very tight together. But even with this tight junction, the force that is pointing to this very small area is sometimes too much. That is also the only thing that is really known about this area, and that's why I wanted to characterize it. To only look at one side was a bit too boring, and that's why I also wanted to know more about the muscle and tendon area. That's why I started to slice the muscle completely in very small pieces until the end of the tendon. And if you're combining now slicing and muscle or meat together in one method, you're already on the correct track, because this is called the salami tactics. We are just talking here about very different dimensions. If we are talking here about centimeters, I'm more talking about millimeters and in the end about micrometers. So this gives us a very high resolution. I'm interested in all the proteins that are in there in the muscle, because this is helping us to characterize and understand the muscle much better. Also, the same with people. What they are wearing is also sometimes giving us more information. Those information is in the end our big gain. But that's not the only thing. The next thing is also that everything is interacting with each other. So one protein or one person at the end of the chain is also somehow connected to the beginning. But how do we know now if this is a very important key player or not? So that is what we try to estimate. We build out of all these known proteins now a very big and complex network. This network can be used in the end to estimate what is happening if one of this node is switched off, because we want to understand all the diseases that are happening there in the muscle. And that is not the only thing. Also, surgeons can hopefully get more knowledge out of this and hopefully get a better cure for other muscle diseases and injuries. Thank you very much for listening.